Type 9. Type 9. Type 9.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Back with the live stream on Monday. Hope you guys are having a good day today. Welcome. Good morning. It is back with another week of crazy on this market that we have been tracking for a while. And let's start. So, first things first, a little bit of housekeeping. Welcome new people, old people. I love you all for taking your time to be here to the Everyday Growth Advisors live stream. We hold this live stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays to bring you a summary of the market so that you don't have to do it. We want to make sure that you can sip on your coffee and sit back, relax, and enjoy a summary of your day before you even begin. I try to bring to you as much important information as I can throughout the week on things that I summarize and get from all sorts of channels and all sorts of avenues so that you don't have to really go looking for it. So as we usually do things, we break the news down, we break the pre-market movers down, we see what's moving, what's about to be popping, we see potential movers, we talk about the macroeconomic conditions of the US economy or any other economies that we see fit. Occasionally, I give updates regarding the situation developments with the commodities or with bonds. And so after which we do a Q&A. And the Q&A is often going to be, for a longer period of the session because I want to help you guys out, answer any questions that you have. Remember, this is a stream partnered with OptionSwing, which is a community of online traders. We have almost 900 plus traders now coming into our channels every day and having a great time by exchanging ideas on our main chat, by following trade callouts by our professional traders who, give their opinions and state their trades that they are entering. Traders that, make trades like these where they take a swing and make 1,000%. Of course, doesn't happen every day, but you know where to find us if you're finding some successful paths. We also have a stockbot channel which produces very good information following all kinds of things that you can pull up. You can pull up open interest, you can pull up fundamentals of a business, you can pull up a lot of different kinds of information from these. A smart flow channel where we track options flow, AI bots, high and low bots that find breakout patterns, and last but not least, a education sector which I am the leader of and I enjoy doing thoroughly, which is what this live stream is part of, where we answer questions all day. As soon as we see them, we try to get to them, and the Everyday Growth platform, which is mine, right? So a little bit of housekeeping and let's get this show on the road. Welcome. And once again, thank you guys for being here. If you haven't liked the stream, click that like. I only ask for one thing when you attend this stream. That's to click on the like button. That's all. I only ask for that. And I appreciate you guys. All right, so let's break it down. Starting with the news today with Bloomberg, which is what I as I've said many times, I use Bloomberg and I use Wall Street Journal. So we're going to break down Bloomberg first. Let's see if there's anything interesting today. Korea virus strategy is tested by outbreak linked to gay clubs. Okay, it's kind of an interesting thing to put on the headline. So there was a second wave of outbreaks in Korea, and I think it got a little frisky in the nightclubs. And I think they're seeing a second wave of viruses there. So we're seeing cases flare up again, and definite signs that a second wave is highly possible. Okay. Japan nears end to its loose lockdown with drop in virus cases. Okay, so Japan's kind of doing better, I guess. US futures drop with Europe stocks. So we had a huge monster rally last week that nobody could figure out, and then Monday open. The Asian markets bought up the S&P 500. I'll go through that in a second, followed by a big drop. And we kind of were expecting this already, right? We knew that this run was not sustainable for such a long time. And we knew that there would be some kind of a correction. Remember, and then we have there was a shutdown of the Sri Lankan stock exchange that I was reading about, which was crazy. They dropped 10% in a couple minutes and had to shut down again. That's not a good sign. So it seems like majority of the companies there facing some really structural headwinds. And a mysterious stock had a rally of this is this, whatever. That looks like clickbait to me. Don't even open that. And let's see, Goldman, HSBC stuff to return to office. Okay, this is Hong Kong situation. And all right, I don't think much on Bloomberg here. We'll go into Wall Street Journal and see what they say. They cover the news, economic news a little better. Factories close for good as pandemic cuts demand. Okay, factories furlough across the U.S. becoming permanent closings. Well, we were expecting something like this already. I mentioned this many times. I don't see a quick recovery from this, but as I've mentioned, the economy is not the market. Remember that. Maybe I should go through that diagram again. If you want me to go through that diagram again, let me know. Let me know in the chat, guys, if you want me to go through that one diagram and break it down again to explain where we are in this market. You remember this one? It was this one. And I think it's helpful maybe. Let me know if you want me to go through it again. I'll break it down for you guys again. If there are new members, maybe it might be eye-opening for them. Okay, U.S. coronavirus deaths near 80,000 as mysterious new symptoms appear. Okay, new symptoms. That sounds terrible. Reopening the coronavirus era. This is just basically probably going to say that we're going to have a different life after this is over. And drug makers overhaul the sales pitch. Blah, blah, blah. Wall Street bets virus meltdown gives landlords a chance to grow. Okay. All in all, doesn't sound that bad. Let's look at the pre-market movers. Today we have, let's see, remember, ignore all the ones that are less than $1 and even lesser than 10 billion. AMC Entertainment up 72%. Whoop, whoop. I guess this is based on news that lockdowns are opening. People are going to flock to theaters to watch movies. I don't know if I want to buy into that. I definitely won't be touching that actually, because if there's a second wave, it's going to go right back down. Celltech Biotech, must be a biotech company that got some kind of FDA approval. Ignore. Carnival Co-op seeing another 3% drop. Okay, this is a continuing story that they're unable to get any kind of liquidity going for them. Ignore. Okay, that's pretty much this going here. Remember today on the economic calendar, and this week is set to be a pretty news-heavy week. We have core CPI, which is the consumer price index, coming out on, I believe it is Wednesday, which will be tracking inflation. We have the PPI on Thursday, I believe. We have Jerome Powell, our boy Jay Powell, talking on Wednesday, I believe. Today, and then we have a whole bunch of bond auctions, which will actually tell us a little bit about the consumption. Sorry, the appetite of bonds right now, which will also give us an understanding of where we're heading for risk appetite. That also will be interesting to watch. Today, 6 months bill, 3 months bill. These are pretty short term, so I mean, not that crazy for us to watch these, but you want to watch the longer term bonds and see how they're doing, since you want the yield curve to flatten a little bit. And then we have an FOMC member who's speaking today. That may cause, if he says something weird, that may cause a problem. Some companies reporting earnings. Marriott. Let's see, what else? Expedia. Royal Caribbean Cruises, RCL. Under Armour. Those might be the notable ones. And maybe we might even do an ER play today. Who knows, right? On option swing. Yeah, okay, so that's concludes the pre-market. Let's get into the technicals for SPY. I'm gonna kind of break down the technical analysis for SPY as we usually do that. So the story continues with SPY. As I was saying, we're gonna go up to test the 61.8 again. We did that. On the daily charts, looking more and more like a story where we're failing to break this level. We got rejected again at that level today. On the 1 hour chart, you can see exactly what happened. We saw a sell off the last week. No, not the last week, but in the last week of April to the first week of May, and then followed by a wave, impulsive wave up again, impulsive, corrective wave, impulsive, corrective, impulsive, corrective, impulsive, right? Corrective and impulsive, and now this was another corrective wave. So expect us to come somewhere here, try and find support at the 150 moving average. If it fails to find support here, we're headed down to find support at the 50 Fibonacci level. And if we fail to find support here, we're going down to the 61.8 Fibonacci level. Of course, we are never going to go down like this, but remember, we always, as humans and stocks, we behave the same. There's always a breathe in, a breathe out, a breathe in, a breathe out, a breathe in, a breathe out, right? And the same goes for the downtrend, right? A breathe in, a breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. And so if we're going down like this, expect this, and then this, and then this, right? So an interesting thing to do here would be on the next corrective wave, and if you're confident that the market's about to go down, enter some puts, right? Convert all your long positions into shorts for the temporary time, right? And then ride that wave down until you hit this level, and then start taking your profits here, maybe half of your profits, right? And then if it breaks and goes further down, then let some of your profits run all the way down to either here or here, right? So there are a couple of ways you can do that, but definitely do not buy puts on this rally down, right? That's a very bad thing to do. Never. This is why investors always get trapped, right? They always end up buying on these waves where it goes like that, like that, like that, like that, like that, and then they see it going up and they're like, oh my god, let's buy, and they start buying here. They start buying right here, and then it drops. And then over here they're like, oh my god, they start selling here before it runs up again. So people who are not aware of these waves, they always, end up getting the shorter end of the stick, and that's something that I hate. So I'm here to educate you guys and show you and tell you, hey, stop freaking out. Take a little bit of breather, be like a little bit of, and drink some coffee, bro. Relax. This is life, but you can always take a chill pill. Okay. On the 4-hour chart, it looks a little different. The story is a little different here. You can see it's more of like a consolidation above the 50 moving average, and then the 150 and 200 moving average being the last line of defense. So we may see a possible push down all the way to like 280 on SPY, I guess. That would be the maximum point that we can go down. I drew a Fibonacci retracement in so that we can see exactly. This is a new Fibonacci from the swing low to the swing high, and so you can see roughly where this drop is going to fall. Okay. All right, so that breaks down both cases, bear and bull cases. If we're going down, we're going down here. If we're going up, we're going to try and test this top again. But as I see, we have a double top at the 61.8. We may as well go down to test this level again. But who knows, right? There's a lot of news this week. So my advice to you is try not to overly commit yourself to one position. The reason because is majority of the time investors are going to be waiting for news to make a decision. And if Jay Powell is going to talk on Wednesday, then we're going to see the market kind of go into a mode where they want to wait till what he says comes out, then they make a move, right? This over here, what is happening right now, looks to me like profit taking from people who have rode the second wave up. Okay, and it's a mixture of profit taking and now people are going to start piling on with shorts, and then at the end of this wave, the shorts will cover, and then buying will occur, so it will reverse the positions back up. So majority of this rally down, the momentum has already been lost. So don't try to chase this. Do not try to chase this, please. Wait for the corrective wave. There will be a corrective wave, just like how I told you, nothing goes down in a straight line. Wait for the corrective wave, and if you're confident on puts, enter puts on the corrective wave. Then you'll get a better chance at riding. So wait for right here. Enter here. And done. All right, let's look at see this chat is talking and What are you guys buzzing about? All right. Hey. Okay. Good morning. Music is great. Let's consume knowledge. Okay. Good morning. Great group. Thank you very much. Thoughts on MGNX? Wow, these requests coming in hot today, right off the bat. Yes, please go through it again. Okay, I will go through the image for you guys one more time. Any thoughts on NVIDIA and Baba calls? Wow. Guys, one thing that I want to change about this live stream and the structure of it is I would prefer if you came in the chat room and be prepared to give me, instead of telling me what do you think about NVIDIA and Baba calls, I would prefer if you said, what do you think about this strike price by this date? Because if you give me just a arbitrary yes or no or up or down, you might as well take a coin and flip it, because it could be either. You know what I mean? I would recommend that you just go give me the exact trade that you're intending to take. That's going to help you more, and it's going to help me more. Or if you're already in the trade, that helps me more. Okay, but try not to give me these scenarios where you ask me to pick a up or a down. It's not going to help anybody. Okay, is the live stream working? Is everything good? I want to make sure that this is not frozen. Let's see. It seems okay to me. It's the it might be my internet too, because my internet tends to be slow over here. Let's see if it can fix itself. Can someone confirm that the stream is working? Hello? Is anybody there? Let's see. I'll make sure. Okay, I'm gonna try and close this, and maybe it's gonna free up some bandwidth. In the meantime, can somebody maybe put like a message in the chat and tell me if you can actually hear what I'm saying? Reconnected the internet, and I hope it works now. Okay, great. All right, sorry about that. Sometimes the internet's a little wonky. Okay, got you. Okay, let's just get back to this real quickly so that I can get this out of the way. There's this diagram that I showed you guys a couple of times now, and I'm not sure if anybody has ever explained this to you, but let me try to attempt to explain this to you. The economy is not the market, okay? The economy is not the market. They are not interchangeable. What the stock market is and what it does is not what the economy does. In fact, majority of the time, the economy, or rather the stock market, is a precursor to the economy by 6 to 8 months. Okay? So whatever the economy is expected to do, the stock market starts to price in by 6 to 8 months. All right? Which means that when this market was in a bottom about a month or two ago, okay, the stock market was already starting to price in a recession. Okay? And you can see here, the red bell curve is the market. And the blue bell curve is the economy, okay? So when the economy is expected to be in a recession, the stock market bottoms 6 to 8 months prior to that, okay? And right now, what you can see is us in a bull market, all right? And when we're in a bull market, the bull market is pricing in 6 to 8 months in advance a early recovery, which has already started, okay? So this is already over, all right? This was the time to buy aggressively, and now was also somewhat, when we were at 20% up on the bottom, was also somewhat a time to buy aggressively. Now we're on our way to the market top, and the market top is pricing in a full recovery, all right? Unfortunately, because novice investors and investors who are just starting off, they follow the news to make their decisions. The news always at the market bottom says that we're gonna die, and so everybody sells when professional investors are buying, okay? This is what novice investors do. And here, when the market's going up, what happens is that majority of novice investors say, oh no, it's gonna go further down, and then they continue to sell. They sell, while professional investors are continuing to buy. And then it comes to the point where we are nearing the market top, and then they have lost out on all of this 30, 40, 50% recovery, is when novice investors finally say, I think that we should start buying stocks. And then they start to crowd all into the market top, which is the absolute worst time to buy, because these are when valuations are sky high. Okay, so you can see that we are approaching a market top. Okay, we're not there yet, obviously, but we are approaching it. Okay, so you have to be aware of this, because when the market top is there, valuations get pressed up again, but we are pricing in a full recovery by that time. Okay, and after the market top comes the bear market. So at this point, we are already pricing in another early recession, and such is the cycle that keeps going and going. Now, this image proves to show you what you should be buying at each time when the market is doing different things. So when you're approaching the market top, you should be starting to consolidate basic materials, energy, and staple companies. And then when you're in a bear market, you should be buying energy, staples, healthcare. Why? Because these are things that will tend to go up in that kind of a market. These are things that tend to go up in that market, right? And so this is the basic idea of why people always say, why is the market going up when the economy is doing so bad? Well, the economy is not the market, and you have to remember that. All right? Great. Okay, so let's jump straight into the Q&As. I know that you guys have usually a lot of Q&As for me, so I want to spend a lot more time doing those, and contribute a lot more time with the Q&As. So if this is your first time here, welcome to the stream. I appreciate you being here. If you haven't clicked like on the stream, that is the only thing I ask you to do, is to please help me smash that like button, because it is the only thing that matters to me, to know that you actually like this video and it's helping you. So if this video is helping you and you feel like you enjoy being a part of the stream, just help me click on the like button. That's all. It's gonna really help me out a lot. All right, so let's start answering these questions. All right, so which room we need to follow for buys and sells on the option string room? Well, there are a bunch of rooms, right? So it really depends on which trader you're following or which trader you prefer to follow, but all of these traders here are fair game. If you're a generally new trader, I wouldn't recommend following picks from the more advanced traders. But Jim is probably one of the most safest traders that I know. He does a very good job doing risk management and getting and posting updates of his positions. Highly recommend you following him for now, learning with a paper trading account before you start investing your own money and putting your money on the line. Invest with the paper trade account, and try to make sure that you don't risk your money. Okay. All right. Let's see. Thoughts on MGNX? Looks like MGNX stock. Unfortunately, as I have mentioned on previous live streams, first of all, I will advise you not to trade biotech companies. These are like lottos. I recommend you to put your money in things that are companies that will not have a very variable balance sheet. Okay, you can see what's happening to the stock. It's being bought up and it has a market cap of less than 1 billion. Okay, or 1 billion, let's say, as of today. Avoid trading stocks that are less than 10 billion. This is probably your first time here. I just want to make that known to you that I don't break down stocks less than 10 billion and biotechs. I do not break them down because there's just way too much of variability within them. And you will not be able to say why they're going up or down. It could be a pump and dump. Thoughts on NVIDIA and Baba calls? As I said, I would prefer if you use strikes or give me the contract that you're looking at. This way you're very arbitrary, so I'm gonna have to also kind of give you a general idea, but I can't be I can't really give you something tailored to what you're asking me because I don't know what is your situation. So I'm trying my best to understand what you're asking me here. NVIDIA's been on a bullish uptrend. Volume has been increasing steadily. It's approaching slightly overbought levels. I expect a pullback. In my opinion, this would be a good time to short it with the market momentum. That's my opinion on NVIDIA. You gotta go calculate your risk to reward ratio on that one. Make sure that you get it right. If you are looking for somebody to teach you how to calculate risk and reward ratio, check out my Instagram channel where I hold a mentorship program. I'm going to be releasing more details. By the way, I just want to put this out there as a shout out to you guys. Tomorrow or day after, I'm going to be releasing information with regards to the next batch of the course. I start another batch today with 20 new students, which I had filled spots for last week. And this week tomorrow, I'm going to start opening the waitlist for next week. But this course is not going to be a basic course. This is going to be an intermediate course on advanced strategies, where we'll be covering married put and call strategies, spreads. We'll be covering protective risk management strategies for your portfolio. We will be covering various different advanced option strategies, including iron condors, butterflies, and iron butterflies. If you're interested in something like that, message me on Instagram, on IG, or message me on Discord and get your name on the waitlist, because 5 spots have already been filled from people who have messaged me prior. So there are 15 spots left for that course, and if you're interested, I would be more than happy to have you on board. There will be a 1-week course, 4 days, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. And each course will be for 2 hours. There will be 2 courses. There will be 2 time slots a day, 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. PST. If you're interested in something like that, with them one-on, like a group session with mentoring, where you have help with those situations, let me know. All right, hit me up. Baba looks like it has been through a very big up and down. I don't like this position it's in. It's in the middle right here. You can't take this trade either to the upside or downside. My advice to you is to wait for Baba to swing to the high or swing to the low, and then make a decision. Let's see. I'm here, Leon. Can you please look at BLK? Possible breakout. Saw a big spike in OBV. BLK. That's BlackRock, right? It is BlackRock. Big spike in OBV. Huh. I don't see a big spike in OBV. I see a big fall in OBV. You saw a big spike in OBV. You're talking about this, huh? You're talking about this. Well, I see volume flowing out of the stock instead of flowing in. This was a sell. Well, I also see, okay, towards the end of the day, there was some people who bought it as well, but majority of the people who sold BlackRock didn't buy it through the end of the day. So we saw almost 100% worth of volume flow out, and then about some volume flow back in, and then again volume flowing out again through the end of the day. So it's a very mixed signal here with BlackRock. To me, it looks like it's looking bullish, but once again, with this market momentum, you never know. You gotta try and wait for BlackRock to hit this resistance. It's sitting in the middle between the resistance and this support. So I would recommend waiting for it to go up here or sitting down here before you make a decision. Once again, same situation. We went through diagram already. Is the screen frozen? Okay, sorry about that. Thoughts on NEE 619 260 calls. NEE 260 619. Let's have a look. NEE may be a good idea to pick up right now since it's in the energy sector. These are stocks that are being battered down in this sector. Energy is down double-digit growth this year, and I like the prospects of buying into energy when it's oversold. However, NEE right here is exhibiting bearish momentum. Broke through the support and has been accumulating below the moving average. You want to see NEE break above this level to continue a uptrend. So I would not take NEE right now. And your trade was 619 260 call. Yeah, I would get out of that. I would get out of that if you can, at even if a slight loss. It's okay, take it and get out of that trade. Wait for a better entry and wait for the bullish momentum to come back. What I see here is volume dropping, making lower lows. You can see volume is clearly dropping, right? And the moving average just recently crossed here on the 1 hour, signaling a change in uptrend to a downtrend. And I think this is actually a good time to short NEE. However, I wouldn't want to short it unless it crosses this level here. So short NEE if it breaks out here with good volume, something like this amount of volume, that would be a good play to short NEE right now. Looks good. Yeah, it's working very laggy. It's working now. ET 522 $10 calls. Okay, what is ET? Energy transfer. What is the stock? 20 billion. Okay, that's good. ET $10 call. This is a utility stock, it is, I'm guessing. Farmer energy transfer limited partner interest in this. It is what kind of a stock is this? Let's see. Yeah, $10 call. $10 call. 522 $10 call. A little, that's your strike's a little far out, bro, to hit it, in my opinion. I would roll over your call and choose a closer strike like $9, man. If you really want to get in the money. If you're just playing this for a momentum play, it seems like it might hit $9 or $8, but look at this volume that flowed out. It's crazy. That was a huge sell right before the market closed. Huge. Like, not even kidding. Very big. You can confirm it on the 15-minute. Look at that. Very big sell. So I don't recommend taking calls on this right now. $10, I would close out and try to take profit and roll over your call to a further expiry. Walmart. Okay, in day trading, use this. Okay. Thoughts on Walmart? 127 calls at 529. Walmart. 127 calls at 529. Yeah, this is probable. Yeah, especially since Walmart has a gap to fill here, right here, right? Let's see if you can get a bounce over here. I think it's gonna come down to test it again. If it has a bounce, then yeah, you're gonna hit that most probably. Should be a good call. Should be fine. It's been like kind of showing a downtrend though, so be careful. Because once this moving average crosses below, it's going to be officially in a downtrend where the 150 moves below, the 50 moves below the 150 and the 200. So watch for Walmart getting rejected at the moving averages on the 1 hour. If it gets rejected and keeps hugging this moving average down like this, then close out your call position and roll it out, or close out your call position and take a put position. You gotta be interchangeable, guys. Remember, you're not a bear, you're not a bull, you're a wolf. You're trying to make money on both sides. Never commit to one side. In day trading, do you use SMA 50 and EMA 50, not SMA 200, right? In day trading, I use only EMAs. I don't use any SMAs. And my indicator setup is only EMAs. I don't use SMAs at all. I only use exponential moving because I like the fact that they react to news and pricing action very quickly. NVIDIA May 22nd. Wow, that's very close, man. That's 11 days more. 312 call. 312.50 call. I just went through NVIDIA just now, so it's going to be the same thing. As I said, I prefer taking NVIDIA to short it with the market momentum. 312, yep, you're probably like at the money, so I would recommend you to get out of this position because NVIDIA has to come down at some point to come and test this moving average here. Especially since your expiry is 11 days away, roll out this. Don't even sit in calls right now. I don't recommend it. If you're expecting the market to go down, it's going to drain your premium on those contracts. Make sure that you are careful. Some pauses. Okay, working. I hear you. Thank you. Thoughts on Coop put for 22nd May. Okay, let's trade the Dow. Thoughts on Coop put for 22 May. You got to give me the strike, bro. Come on. You got to give me the strike. Coop software. What do these guys do again? $12 billion. Just made it. Okay. Global technology platform, business spend management companies. Okay, in California. Okay. You said Coop puts for May 22nd. Yeah. This looks good. For puts, looks good. I think so. Yep. You can take this straight down. No problem. It has to correct down to the moving average at least, and the momentum of the market's going to help you with that. That's overall a good trade. Agreed with it. I think you can take profits off the table, decent profits off the table with that. ET calls. I just went through this a second ago. I don't know how they're about to do with ERs. That's a whole different story. Will you put a link to that market chart? I will not put a link to the market chart. I think you can find it. Just go search streettalklive.com or just Google Street Talk Live and then Google market versus economy. You should be able to find that. Because I can't upload the file to a link. It's just it's gonna be a little weird. Is it live trading? Not sure what this question is. Can you confirm BA's downtrend? BA is in a downtrend, but I expect it to break out into an uptrend. It's in a falling wedge. Boeing is in a falling wedge. You can see that. Boeing's volume has just significantly increased. You can see this wedge here, and it's broken out here. We'll see if we can build momentum to go out here, up here. It might go revisit 150, this level here. So it's yet to be seen. I'm holding long-term Boeing calls, so for next year June. So it's a leap contract. But I think the downtrend would be confirmed if we can see the bearish pressure. So what I'm going to do is actually possibly take my profits on my contracts right now, and then rebuy those contracts for a cheaper price sometime the end of this week. I'm not decided if I'm going to do that for rails, but we'll see how it goes. I have a Disney 1 to 10 call. I got on a Friday. Thoughts on the week, or should I consider close at the open? Disney is tricky, man. But if you ask me, I'm more bullish than bearish, especially as this economy continues to start to open up. I think a lot of bullishness is going to get priced into Disney. Just be careful with Disney being sold off with the broader market. If it hits 112, also close out your position. Volume is looking nice, but it depends on where we open today on Monday, because remember, our market's selling off right now. So 110.522. Yeah, I mean, I think you'll probably hit it, but as I said, be careful because the market's going to sell off and it's going to take Disney with it. It's part of the SPY. Thoughts on QDEL Pharma? QDEL. 6 billion. It's like right in between where I wouldn't, I wouldn't follow the stock. See, and the other thing is you got to do some DD on this stock itself. Make sure that you're looking at its 10K and reading what it's doing, or reading updates of this company. Okay, let's That's okay. It's firmly in between where I would accept the threshold, but it's also really overbought. You can see on the 1 hour, even though volume's increasing, it seems to me like there's a resistance up here. Somebody had a major sell at this level here. I would be comfortable with waiting to see if it breaks through this level. If it breaks above with good volume, continue to ride the uptrend. But other than that, I think it's going to come down at some point to test the moving average as a support. So be aware that it will do that at some point. It will trade sideways and then come down to test this level here, which is a strong support here. It's going to become a strong support as a old resistance. Mentorship program was legit. Learn, learn, learn. Thank you, Byron. Yeah, we have one of the mentees who are part of the program in here. Oh, Jared's here too. Thank you very much for the kind words, man. I appreciate it. As I said, if you guys are interested in the advanced options course, hit me up. I'm going to start it next week. And right now I'm doing another wave of the basic course, but the intermediate course is going to be some real interesting stuff. And I highly recommend if you already know something about options to join it. If you don't, then, you know, it's going to be, you got to wait for the basic course again, which will be sometime in the future, maybe 2 weeks from now or 3 weeks from now. Would there be any growth on GE? I don't see any growth on GE in the short term. ET, I just went through this. How can you show how to set the OBV indicator on TradingView again? Very simple. Click on this. Click on OBV. It's going to come out, and you click on on balance volume. When it comes out, it's first going to be down over here in your channel here. What you do is you grab it, and then you drag it onto the chart if you want. And then over here, it's going to come in volume in terms of the number of shares. I like to keep it in percent, so I keep it as a right click and you change it to percent and you're done. And I keep it, you know, just kind of thin, but you can change this. You can change it, right? You can make it however thick you want, or color, or change anything you want about it. And day trading, do you... Okay, so I already answered this question. I only use EMAs, so... You can use 200 SMA too, but I wouldn't recommend it. For day trading, you don't use any one of these. In fact, you use a 20 and a 40 EMA. That's the best way. Square, well, of course, it really depends on you, man. Like, what are you trying to track? Which time frame? It really depends on a lot of different things. Choosing moving averages. If you want to know how to do it, I have a video about it on YouTube. Go check it. 100 call, 619 is good to hold. Square. Man, 100 calls, that's a bit steep, bro. I think that's a bit steep. No, I don't think this is good to hold for June, man. You're going to have some kind of a recovery here. It's failing to break out at this level. It has to run up to 85. It has to run up all the way here first and try and break this. And you have only a month out. No, I don't think that's enough time. I'm being honest with you. Sorry. You got to roll yourself out of this contract if you're in profit. Take profits. And I wouldn't recommend betting on Square on such a long term. Try to reassess the situation as you go along and take a further expiry, man. Take a much further expiry. I'm saying 80 days out, 90 days out, 3 months out. Then you can, like, okay, that might be it. On Ford, 515, $5 calls. Why do you guys bother playing Ford? Invest in good companies, guys. I see the opportunity for the options, but $5 calls for 515, you said? Looks like you're in the money, right? Yeah, it looks like you're in the money. So should be good. Make sure that you don't get caught on a rug pull here. Might be some intense selling when it starts to approach 550 here. So before it at 540, I would already tell you start getting rid of your contract so that people don't pull the plug on the IV. AMC $5 strike price, hold until 9/18 expiration. Wasn't this one of the stocks covered on the pre-market watch list? Sorry, the pre-market movers. I think it was. Let's see. It's up bigly today. I think it's at $7 already. I think if you have that call, you should be already. Hold up. Is this a call or a put? I'm not sure what you mean. What IV do you consider too high? Above 50% is generally getting there. Above 60%, I wouldn't. It's already starting to get pricey. Above 100%, way too high. 80, 90%, way too high. I won't take IVs with 80, 90%. I will wait till the IV flows out and then take that trade. GE call 26 day away from now. As I said, like GE, I don't like the business. I don't like it short term. I don't like it long term. I would not invest in it, in my opinion. ICD long term. What is ICD? ICD. Don't invest in it. No, thank you. Look at the market cap, bro. Come on. 23 million. Dude. Some hedge funds would just come in and buy all the shares and you would be left. They could short that company in a second. Awesome. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. What are your thoughts on space, SPCE? SPCE has been on a crazy tear again, right? This is like, you know, the company doesn't have a true intrinsic value that supports its stock price, but it's become like a meme stock, you know, where the moment momentum catches on, people just buy, and don't even think about it. And then once some idiot sells, everybody goes sell, and everybody jumps out. So it's become like a joke to own. For playing options, I say ride the momentum whenever you can. But this was ridiculous, right? This is like a bubble, the definition of a bubble. Let's see if space can break out of this over here, the $21 with good momentum, then I would be a buyer. Till then, I'm not buying. I'm not touching the stock. VIX 37 calls. VIX 37 calls. I don't think it's a bad position to own this right now. In fact, I like it. Make sure that you choose an expiry that's further out. Choose July or September expiry, like August. Actually, choose an August expiry. VIX 37 calls, do an August expiry, and you're going to be golden, bro. I think, in my opinion. Billy call at 35. No expiry, man. This is a Chinese company. 35 call, and I don't know your expiry, so I can't advise you, but 35 call seems a bit stretched. I don't know your expiry, so unfortunately can't really tell you what you're looking at. Volume seems to be flowing out, even though it has a bullish movement. Doesn't say the same story with volume. Stock is approaching slightly overbought levels on RSI, and it has failed to break this resistance multiple times now, and it had a rejection right here as well. It looks more bearish than bullish to me, and it's sitting right near the top horizon of this channel. Hence, it has more of a better risk to reward on the downside than the upside. So I wouldn't be betting puts, unfortunately. Should I sell my Peloton 48 calls for 515 or let it ride a bit more? I would take any and every profits that you have off the table this week and not try to ride anything. If you're going to be greedy, it's going to cost you, man. I 100% guarantee it. Take your profits off the table. If you want to let one contract ride like a free roll, go ahead. But my advice to you is take any profits. No, I absolutely don't recommend you to ride this further. It's already showing signs of consolidation here, and it failed to break out further. I would take the profits off the table. Nobody's ever gone broke taking profits, bro. Oh, Drew, it's you. I think you're in my next course, right? Welcome. We're going to start today. Zoom, June. Damn. Zoom, June 12th, 165 call. Personally, Zoom is also one of those like rubber band calls, man. Wait, you said 165. Probable, but a bit of a long shot in my opinion. But still, I think that this may be a better play than most of the others that were called out today. Zoom. However, my only problem is the volume's not enough. You need to see some momentum flow back into here before we can take this to the upside. So I would only take Zoom calls if it breaks 161, this level, with good volume. Okay? And let's look at, to see if we have the watch list today. We do have the watch list indeed. Remember, these are the watch list. This is the watch list for today. We post this every day on our channel. And remember that this week, since the market is, having a bearish momentum, I recommend to watch the puts more closely than the calls. Try to skew your trades towards puts to day trade instead of calls, because the market momentum's down. try to go along with that. Okay. Okay, thoughts on W. I have a 150 put. I think you'll be good with W 150 put. I don't know what expiry you have, but I see that stock coming down at some point. 150 put, yeah, seems about right. I think you'll be fine with this one. Hold it. Depends on your expiry. I hope you don't have a short expiry. Oh, 29 May. Damn. Might be a bit close, man. See if you're in profit. If you're not, roll out the contract. Any ideas on Uber? Uber, let's see. Uber is showing consolidation above this moving out, above this resistance that has now become a support. It's looking bullish, but the only problem with this is that the market momentum is going to start to push this down. So expect Uber to come down, break below this again, and come down to the moving average. That's what I see. Volume's kind of like it's like down and then up and like sideways. So expect some like down and then before another up. How to calculate intrinsic value of a stock? I will be making an advanced course about this, so stay tuned for that. This boils down to a lot of different things. You can't just do it with one singular thing. It's a very long process. You have to take the company's cash flows, project it out 10 years, find out the discount rate, which is the weighted average cost of capital for the company, how much it costs for the capital expenditure, and then use that discount rate to discount the future cash flows to the present value, which will come to a terminal value, which you divide by the number of shares, which will give you the intrinsic value of the stock. What do you have in your long-term calls? Curious. Right now, I have Boeing, I have Microsoft, and that's about it. Beyond in general, put or call. Very tough, but I say right now, short-term put, and then long, maybe a longer term, like a month or two out, calls. I like the stock, but I think it's due for a pullback. I want to get Walmart 130 calls, 529 expiry. You think Walmart will drop to 121 for a better entry? Yeah, I already went through this earlier. Walmart's looking more bearish than it is bullish. Just because it broke this 50 moving, is about to cross below 150 here on the 1 hour, which is signal for a reversal. Instead of an uptrend, it's going into a downtrend. So expect Walmart to go, into a downtrend phase for a while before going back up. So I don't recommend you getting into calls at this moment. I would wait. If you want to get calls for Walmart, wait for a break above this level here, 127. Then you get calls. Team 150 put 619. What is team? All right, this is going to be the last breakdown just to keep the stream as short as possible. Team will be the last one that I do. Altasian Corporation. Interesting. Australian enterprise software, software development, project management, content management. Tracking application Jira and its team collaboration with Wiki, Product Confluence. Okay. Team. Never heard of this before. 150 put 619. 150. Wow, dude, that's a bit far. I'm guessing you took this because you could afford that contract, but you should have gone a bit higher. You should have gone 160. It would have been perfect. You might make money on the way down, but remember, this ain't gonna go like that. It's gonna go like this, and then 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 that, right? So it's gonna be a big, very long time till you hit 150. So June is a bit close, man. I recommend if you are in profit, take the profits and roll out your contract to a 160 put for a further expiry, like August. Alternatively, it could also bounce on the 50 moving average. It has been doing this in the past. You can see it. It could bounce on the 50 moving average. So be careful. Take your profits whenever you can. All right, cool. With that, I appreciate you guys being here. Once again, I only ask of one thing from you guys, to click on that like button. Love all of you guys. Thank you for being here. Stay tuned for information on the courses, the intermediate courses that I'm about to release. It's going to be intermediate trading strategies with options. spreads, how to use them, with your mentorship program where you'll have access to me for a whole week, 4 courses, and message me on Discord or message me on Instagram if you're interested. The price is the same. I'm not increasing the price. And I have 5 people on the wait list, so there are 15 spots left, and they're going to go pretty quickly. Once again, I appreciate you guys being here.